Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah. Grab a cold one. It's Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here is DreZ and Huck.
Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. DreZ and Huck in studio, popping tops, getting ready to drink some beers. It is October, Huck.
It is, and that means what?
Oktoberfest is done.
There's no Oktoberfest.
Huck, some behind the scenes on Brewsday. Huck was just like, well, I got these Oktoberfest beers. I'm like, I think technically Oktoberfest is done by now. Plus, don't we have a crap ton of pumpkin beers? We only got a couple weeks left. So
yeah, that's true.
So that's what we're switching our focus to is the pumpkin brews, which there certainly is no shortage of. What did you pop over there, Huck?
So I got the Elysian Drunkachino Coffee Pumpkin Ale, a pumpkin ale with the attitude of a world-weary barista. Pumpkachino packs a short shot of Stumptown coffee in your pint with just a shake of cinnamon and nutmeg. Contains lactose. Nutmeg. We don't like lactose, but I'm not getting it on the first taste, so it must be mild. And I need some coffee today. I was a little tired.
You know something interesting? The last couple of beers that supposedly had lactose didn't have that bite that we've always talked about and hated so much. So I don't know. Maybe I guess it really just maybe it depends on what style it is, whether or not it's really gonna be prominent.
The ones where we are whining about it are generally
IPAs.
The fuzzy IPAs.
If you put it into like a
Milkshake
stout or
IPAs.
something, it probably could use a little lactose.
This is like a stout beer. Stouty. This is stouty.
Speaking of, well, I guess this isn't really a stout, but whatever. Sycamore, awesome stuff. Out of, you know where Sycamore's from?
Somewhere in Virginia, maybe not.
I didn't think so.
I don't know.
Charlotte, North Kakalaki.
Oh,
we got the pumpkin latte blonde. So this is a blonde ale with coffee and spices coming in at 5.8%.
I think we have another Charlotte beer in the next segment.
Well, I'll be.
And we're not picked by location. I just kind of wanted to put together different, because every year we're all about the pumpkin. And nothing wrong with pumpkin, mind you. I've already had
good.
some, yeah.
Give a shout out to pumpkin. I've had one already, too.
It's like, oh, well, we had pumpkin. It's by them, and blah, 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 blah. So I wanted to get some new beers.
Yeah. And there are, we've both been to the beer store. There's a lot of pumpkin beers.
Well, probably not by now.
Well,
as of the end of September, there were a few, but they go away fast.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not as many as there were earlier in the month.
I called ahead for some beers to get held for me because I knew they were going to go away. Another one we're probably not going to do, Warlock.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go at Warlock, Pumpkin, Greater Pumpkin.
Yeah, I missed
Is the Great Pumpkin or Greater Pumpkin?
Well, there's both.
Greatest Pumpkin?
I think there may be all three.
There might be. Those are from Heavy Seas.
Yeah,
those are damn
Heavy
good.
Seas.
Because you get the it's like bourbon pumpkin or something.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's all good. I think I got one that you're gonna like, but that's for next week.
Okay,
next week.
So, are you dressing up next week? Do you know what you're gonna do for Halloween? I know Halloween. So here's a question for you.
Okay.
You know, I'm a fan of Halloween being celebrated on Halloween. I understand people always do it the weekend before or whatever, but where are you on a Sunday Halloween like it's falling this year?
It's fine. I'm a traditionalist. And apparently I live now in Pembroke, and apparently the street we live on is Halloween Central.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they started one in the street. They have a pumpkin carving contest. We don't know all the details. This is what we've read, and we get to look.
This is on actual Halloween day?
They're going to,
So would it happen on a Wednesday like this, or is it just because it's falling on a Saturday or Sunday?
And then I think they come down the street, and they have
all the
trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat.
Trick or you're in the trunk. It's going to happen. And then there's something, a haunted house down at the other end of the street past us. So I don't know. We're going to find out, but we are planning on being there. We're planning on doing my granddaughter's in a Halloween play in Floyd. So everyone should go see that. It's the Addams Family.
Ah, is she going to be Wednesday?
No, but
Cousin
her mom's going to be Uncle Fester. So I did that one Halloween like 6 years ago. So that's Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. So we're gonna probably do that Friday night, and then I think we had something else to do Saturday, probably some Halloween somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're gonna hang around the house,
And
maybe give out candy.
See what that's all about. I was going to ask you about that. So obviously, you're in a new place, so you're not too sure what sort of foot traffic. Sounds like you're going to have a lot.
Yeah, that's what I think. And when we were in Fincastle, we started a thing where everyone would bring a bag of candy, and then we had a haunted house going on in an old car garage, and then everybody would take a parade down around the block first time, but that was out of control, too long for 2-year-olds. So we made it down the block and back, and basically get in line and get half your candy back. And then that was because we'd have like 250 trick-or-treaters. Well, we still did even after that. So we still had to run home after that. But our tradition was always to have a big bowl of like venison chili, a big crock pot full of that, and a bunch of liquor. And the parents could come in while the kids were doing their thing. Yeah, we basically had a big Halloween party every year.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've, most of the places I've stayed in recent years, not a lot of Halloween trick-or-treater foot traffic. If I'm over at my folks' place in Blacksburg, I've done that once or twice, and like always run out of candy. Like it's one of those neighborhoods that they'll steady just.
Well, we were in a student neighborhood there, and there really weren't that many trick-or-treaters. But I mean, we were like, I would get the granddaughter, and we'd just go walk downtown. It's a block to downtown, and all the merchants. Of course, last year it got really weird. I think it rained really hard right at the time it's supposed to be trick-or-treat time.
Well, also it was like with COVID and stuff.
Yeah,
well, they probably canceled it.
No, they did not. I don't think they did, but I think it was raining really hard.
I don't remember where I was, but I definitely don't remember any trick-or-treaters last year. So whatever.
There you go.
COVID
strikes
again. The kitties.
Ask Brandon about that.
So where are you on? So you do the chili and stuff. I'm wondering if one day I will be well off enough to be like in the nice house that gives out the king size, like the house that everybody wants to go to trick or treat.
One of my favorite cartoons is it's like the death guy with the sickle, and he walks up to the house, and she goes, "Well, that's a grandmother-y type." He goes, "That's a great costume." He goes, "Ma'am, I'm not here to trick or treat." And he goes, "What? Full-size Snickers? Oh, we're good."
All right, yeah, we're good. I think I have seen that one. That was pretty solid.
I like the one where they come up, they knock on the door, and you open the door, and there's a door. So you knock on the door, and they open it up as 3 kids dressed up as little ladies, and they give you candy. That was a video I saw. It was hilarious. They're carrying a door around.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they're trick-or-treating you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I always dress up. I don't know what I'm going to do this year.
Yeah, honestly, I was going to delve into that maybe in the next segment, because that's a whole other topic of conversation.
We'll talk about that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and untap these beers.
The other thing is, I just want to brag a little, is we always took the screen out of the storm door or the window, which would freak them out because we'd come up and hand through there. But I'm a security. I had a camera. So we weren't there. We were in the back. So whenever someone would come up, we'd see them on the camera. And they'd be like, "Hello, hello." And we'd pop up because we could see them. And then reach through the door. That always freaked the little kids out.
Oh, that's
good.
There
was no glass.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a costume, a house that would like go all out. I mean, like all the decorations, like these people that lived there were all into it. And we went to this neighborhood to go trick or treat, because my neighborhood sucked growing up. We always had to go to like a different neighborhood. And I tell you what, man, it was one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. Was like, it was just me, like my brother and a friend or something. And we're like knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. And like, clearly this is a Halloween house,
Yeah, yeah.
But then it had us waiting, like we were doing it. And then next, the door just like flies open, and it's this like gnarly, like I guess it was like a werewolf crazy mask. And this guy just like jumps out, like he's on his knees. So he's like low to like where we were, because we were kids. And he's just like screaming at us, whatever, and like just scared the crap out of us. And then you just hear everybody laughing. But then again, we got the king size.
Yeah,
so,
good.
You forgive and forget pretty quick.
Well, we had a big tree in the front yard, and we wrapped the sheet around a basketball and tied a rope to it. Mm-hmm. And so we'd be in the second floor window when the kids are coming up to walk. We would drop it.
Yeah.
And it would swing, and sometimes it would hit them, which is pretty funny when that basketball hits them in the head. But
yeah, definitely, no doubt about it.
Dad would yell at us, "Quit doing it that way."
I'll tell you what, I wonder if this beer is going to get to my head because honestly, I haven't eaten that much today. So we'll see how the next segment gets to by the time. But for now, man, the pumpkin latte, a blonde, it's interesting because, when it comes to like coffee type beers, whatever, you're used to the stouts, you're used to the porters, but so this is actually a blonde. So you can see if you're watching on the YouTube or Facebook, it is light in color. It is a little, I guess maybe a little darker than your average blonde, but that's probably because it's the pumpkin or coffee and spices and whatnot. But the aroma is really nice. I'm not a big coffee guy, but if I was going to drink coffee, it'd be in beer form, such as what's in this glass here.
Fair enough.
I'd say it's pretty solid. It's not beating you over the head with the pumpkin because I think it's more leaning towards the spicy coffeeness.
There you go.
But yeah, it's quite flavorful, pretty good. I give it a 4. Not bad.
There you go. I have the Elysian Drunkachino coffee pumpkin ale. This is very, very smooth. This is it's only like 5.5%, but I mean, it's just clearly not the style of beer I usually go for. It's kind of tastes like a brown ale, a little flavor, a little coffee flavor. Yeah, it's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's owned by InBev.
What are you going to do? A lot of beers are owned by InBev.
But they were a great brewery for you, buddy. I mean, I'm actually going to give this a 4.25 because it's a different tilt on the coffee, and I think they're kind of making fun of the cappuccino and putting the coffee. Now, I kind of like this. So 4.25. I would recommend trying this one. I wouldn't go out of my way looking for it, but this is a good beer.
Give it a go. If you see it on the shelf, pick it up.
Yeah.
And tell them DreZ and Huck sent you. We'll take a quick break. We'll play a tune. We'll come back. We'll drink some more pumpkin beers. Is that cool with you, Huck?
I got plenty.
All right, let's do it. Brewsday Tuesday. More coming up after this.